Hey guys, it's M. And this is just gonna be a fun little video where I rank spooky jump scare mansion specimens. Now, I want to make a video about spookies. It might actually exist by the time you guys see this. I don't know. I do have a big backlog of recordings casually. I'm going to be taking into account endless mode and how they can just fuck with you in those moments alongside their base chases. Well, first of all, we got Spooky, not a specimen, but an S tier character. Very cute. I love her. A little tragic what happens to her. Little tragic. But I love her. I think this is the parasite. I don't really know how I feel about the parasite. He can lead to some very tense situations if he's with somebody, but by himself, I think he's kind of boring. Like low-key. It's cool for like the first 1 or 2 floors when you gotta sit there and walk with him, but once you get past a certain point, it's like, okay. And depending on who you get in a chase cycle alongside him, it can be very stressful. And it doesn't really feel like there's much counterplay. Like, let's say you get Parasite and Deer God or something. You have to walk with Deer God who moves a little bit faster than you can walk. Like, sometimes you're forced into situations where the Parasite has to transform and you just have to bolt it to the door. I don't like it when he fucks with the screen. I don't know. I'm gonna leave him at B, honestly. Food Demon. Food Demon, I feel, again, is like Parasite, where by himself, I don't think he's that bad. But when he's with someone, it can be a little crazy. It's really not because he can flash the screen or because him going through walls is crazy. It's because he can delete the doors. And if you're in any chase where there's multiple characters, sometimes that could be like a run-killing thing for him to do. I think he's interesting because Parasite, I think, is challenging, but most of the time you can counterplay him. Like sometimes you just have to sprint towards the door and maybe eat a hit, but that's kind of interesting from a gameplay perspective. Food Demon, I feel, can just make you lose. Like, let's say you get Bab and you get Food Demon, and she distorts the room and then he deletes the doors. Like, you better have the room memorized or else you're just straight cooked. And I kind of I'm not a fan of that, honestly. Because he's definitely almost cost me a few runs because he did something like that. I'll leave him in B. I don't think I hate him. The guy, kind of boring, honestly. He's just a guy. I get he can like insta-kill you, but he's really not gonna catch you. Like, the only time he might be a threat is if he's with someone, but his chase is so simple that it's like he's not. Maybe if you get Spooper or something blocking the door and he runs up on you, I don't know. Because he can't go through walls. Like, most of the most annoying specimens to run from can go through walls and he still has to walk around. I think he even gets slowed down by the water if you get Siren with him. Yeah. I think he's kind of lame. I don't like his design. I like the design of the building when you're playing the normal story, but him by himself, I just don't think he's that cool. Siren, I'm about to put Siren in C. Because at least in multi-chase, she can be kind of interesting, but by herself, she kind of sucks. Like, she's just, if you just run past the room still while the water is there, she most of the time can't catch you. I don't feel like I'm in danger if Siren's just there, because there's literally a safe spot you can stand where she cannot hit you. With people, she can be kind of interesting, but it's not really because of her. It's really just because of how she changes the environment. I don't really know. I think C is really fitting for her. I don't really care for her design. By herself, again, she's kind of like whack, so yeah, I'll leave her there. Whiteface? Whiteface is like the least intimidating phase through wall killer, I'm not gonna lie. Like, he showed up against me before and I don't even think I noticed him. He doesn't look scary. I get the fact that he's a reference to something else, but he just, I feel nothing about him. Like, there's really nothing for me to say. Unlike the axe dude, he could hit me, period. Really don't have anything else to say about it. Otto, okay, I know Otto gets a bad rap. I kind of like him. I get that he has to walk like Axeman over here, or Scytheman. Otto's kind of fast, and I like the fact if you turn around, his eyes glow in the dark, so you'll only see his eyes a lot of the time, and that's kind of a cool visual. I don't think he's scary. I'm pretty sure it's intentional that he's not that scary, but I like him. I think he's cute. Spooper? Spooper is like the biggest fucking dickhead on Endless if you get more than 2 people in a chase. Because he really just puts you in domain expansion, you could die at any time. That room and the fact that you can't heal when he's around is very crazy. And sometimes it leads to some of the most tense scenarios in the game. And because it leads to some of the most tense scenarios, I want to say he's in like S or A. But some of those times it's like, okay, this is kind of unfair. Because if you're put in a situation where you have to eat a hit, you can't get that health back at all because he's here. I'll put him in A. I think if I feel like there should be some kind of way where you can get at least a little bit of health back. You have to play 20 floors like nigh flawlessly while your health is slowly draining because he's just there. By himself, he's not that bad, but if he's with anyone else, it's kind of a nightmare. Dear God, but lame. Anime Dear God. Really don't have much to say about her. The way her animals work is kind of janky, and I'm pretty sure every human on Earth has said that. I don't know, I don't think she's that intimidating. In a group, she can be. Like, if she's with someone else who's kind of faster than her, or has some kind of movement gimmick, yeah, she can be scary, but I don't really have a negative opinion of her. Like, I don't think she's that crazy. Lisa's kind of annoying. Like, Lisa's kind of... Because Lisa's chase is boring. Like, you have to look back at her, and I get why, I guess. Because, you know, PT reference or whatever. Like, she just steals 20 floors from you, and someone else can show up. So if you get fucking shit on by, like, a combo meal of her and someone else, you don't even get, like, any floors to your count. So, I don't fucking like her, bro. I can't think of a single thing that I like about her. She costs you floors. Her chase isn't really that, you know, crazy. In multiple situations where there's other characters around, she's still kind of annoying. Like, I don't have anything cool to say about her. Specimen 1. I don't even, like, this is like a meme in-game. So what am I supposed to say about Specimen 1, bro? Spooky level? I mean, they can scare you, and it is funny when they jump scare you out of nowhere and you're like, oh god, hey. They have almost killed me. Like, I've definitely went to turn a corner or like run from a creature and then one popped out behind me when I was like, I did the flip camera thing and it would just fuck me up. The security guard, kind of a filler character, honestly. Like, he does like nothing. There's almost no chance you're going to die to him. And he just walks in one area. If he was at least in Endless, I could see him being kind of interesting, but he's not. So, you know, like, he has like the most bare bones introduction and chase, quote unquote, and then he never shows up again. So I think he's kind of F tier, honestly. Body Bag. I think Body Bag's theme kind of goes hard. His chase is kind of cool. But I want to put him in A because I think he is like one of the best chase killers, but his design is just so dumb to me. Like, it's not even animated. Like, they just took the Body Bag asset, brought it up, and then just like made him float towards you while shaking a little bit. Like, while he's the best chase killer, there's nothing like super interesting about his design, you know? Babyhead is such a non-threat. Like, yeah, he can pop through walls. Really all he's got going for him. You can even hit him and he disappears somewhere else. Like, I don't think he's that interesting, gonna be honest. Hanged Man, I think he's the best look back character, but I also imagine he's probably the most frustrating one in the multi-chase. I think I've got him in multi-chases before. I don't know. Like, the look back characters really just make it so you can't look at where you're going if you have to run away from them. And unlike Ben, which I don't know why the fuck they did this. With Ben, if you have to turn around, he doesn't immediately move. Lisa and Hangman will immediately teleport to you and hit you once. And I guess for Hangman, it's not that bad because he doesn't do a ton of damage. He just kind of keeps moving while you're looking at him though, which no one else does. I don't know, man. Because I think he's cool. I think his little roar is cool. He's also like not animated at all. So, I don't know. Maybe B. I think he's scary. I don't really have a feeling for him. Body Bag. Yeah, that's his name. What is this, Demon Cow? Do I have a feeling about Demon Cow? I really don't think I do. Like, he's cool when he disorientates the room, I guess. But he has, like, the weakest disorientation effect. The way his mouth is on his face makes me laugh. He is very, like, creepy looking, though. Because in Chase, he kind of sucks. His disorientation effect can literally hoe some of the characters. Like, if Babyhead is gonna phase through a wall, you'll probably see Babyhead through the cage thing. I don't know. I think he's fine. He's really, again, he's a character where it's like in a multi-chase, he's kind of scary, but by himself, he's kind of ass. He can't phase through walls. He's really fucking slow. He doesn't do that much damage, so he's kind of just there. Becca is like the lamest character to me. Like, genuinely, I know people complain about Spooper, but Becca I just think is so fucking lame. Because there's no counterplay to her. She just comes out of the wall and you just have to back up or eat a hit every single time. If they changed her so that you could hit her when she shows up and she would disappear, that would be fine. Like, if she was a minor annoyance character that you just had to swing at every single exit, I think she's corny. And in multi-chase, she's like the corniest fucking character there. Let's say I got Spooper, her, and any chase character. So the character chasing me is always behind me. I'm gonna have to get to the door itself, and then there's a chance she might come out. So then I have to either take a hit from her or the thing chasing me. All this while Spooper's in the back, making it so I can't heal. You know, like when you get in situations like that, I think she's stupid. I think she needs any sort of counterplay at all, and it would be fine. The fact that she has none, I think that's lame as fuck. Sitting guy? Bro, who is this? I think this is a reference or like an Easter egg in Dollhouse or whatever. I don't even think they chase you. I'm pretty sure they're just there. So I don't, you know. Husk is also lame as fuck. They're not scary. You can literally kill them and just exit them out of chase entirely. I don't have a feeling towards them. They're just goons. Even the first time they showed up, everyone else in this game, the first time they showed up, I at least felt something. The Husks, I'm like, it's just some evil little babies. Oh well. And the fact that you can literally beat them is, you know, I think most of the cases where you can defeat the specimen at least for a moment or just entirely, I think that's a cool concept, because if they're in a multi-chase, do I have time to invest to just exit them out of chase completely, or should I just run and deal with them? But Husks, I'm like, I just don't feel anything for them. Even when they're in chase, they can barely do anything. The most annoying thing they're going to do is probably you're going to spawn in, they'll get a hit off on you, and then you just weave the rest of them. They're corny. Wormy Charles. I love Wormy Charles' sound design, and I like his design, because it is cool that, like the Husk, you can fight him and kill him and just completely exit him out of chase. And his fight is kind of an actual fight, because you have to counter hit him a lot of the time. So he's interesting in chase, but fighting him is kind of like the fight is kind of weird, because you have to hit his head, and most of the time the only, you know, opening you have to hit his head is after he swings at you. The only time I think he's kind of unfair is if he's body blocking you, because sometimes he'll spawn in a hallway in front of you and you cannot run past him, so you have to fight him to the death right there. And I imagine in some multi-chases that's like you would just die, and that's kind of fucking corny. I've never had that scenario happen to me, and that's why I'm leaving him in B, because if that can just straight happen, oh, he's down here. Oh, for sure. But since I don't know if that's a thing, I'll probably leave him in B. B or C. Like, Wormy's fine. The clown, I've never gotten the clown. Like, genuinely, I've never seen this man in my life. I've heard he blocks the door. I can't have an opinion on him. I've never seen him. Goop? Goop? Goop. I don't think Goop is scary. Goop is kind of like Siren, where they are not scary by themselves, but if someone else is with them, oh yeah. Like, it raises your stress levels a little bit, being forced to slow down like that. Goop is, I think, lesser than Siren is, because Siren basically covers the whole area in slowdown. Goop just covers certain spots. I don't want to say he's worse Siren, because he is the first, you know, chase of the game, but yeah, he really is just worse Siren. He just is. I don't really know what to say about it. If you get him and Siren together, yeah, that's kind of fucking irritating. Him and Siren together, every round start, you're just slowed down to basically a crawl. And if it's him, Siren, and someone else, you might be in danger, like at all times. So yeah, like they're more like support characters, genuinely. Like you're probably not dying to them. Let alone you can hit Goop and just straight stun him for a few seconds. So I don't see people dying to Goop at all, to be honest. Hangdoll, I think Hangdoll is cool. I like her gimmick a lot, and she does change up the gameplay in a good way. Because once you look at her and she starts coming towards you, if you have a technique to look away from her and get around her, you kind of counter her power, but it's in a fun, active way. And I think that's cool. She also doesn't do like a shit ton of damage to make it unfair if she decides to hit you, or if she gets to hit you. She can lead to a lot of the most fun chases in the game if she's there, just due to how her mechanics work. I'd leave her up there. I think she's A. She could be S, I guess, but Frenzy, I've never run into Frenzy. Spider's fine. I really don't have much to say about him. Like, really just an inoffensive character. Like, there's not really much I could say about them. I can't even think of any super unfair scenarios you get with them. It's just kind of a chase killer. Like, he feels like the chase killer base, honestly. We got Ringu and Evolved Ringu, and these are two very different things. I kind of fucking hate Evolved Ringu. She is so fucking fast. It's like, she's really fast, she disorientates the screen, and unlike Hangdoll is at least like, okay, I'll be able to look at her, get around her, and that's it. Ringu is actively chasing you, distorting the screen, and is fast. Like, she has the mechanics of 3 different characters in one character. If you get her in Endless with, like, any other character, it is the most stressful thing ever, because it doesn't feel like there's an 1000% way to deal with that. Dealing with just her is hard. Dealing with her alongside any other character is like, oh god, here we are. And I really don't feel there's much counterplay to her. Like, if she didn't clip through walls like normal Ringu did, I don't think it would be a problem. However, she does. So, she kind of just has everything. Like, there's nothing to slow her down. She obscures your vision. She kind of sucks. She's kind of like Becca in that way. Like, yeah, you can avoid hits from Evolved Ringu. It's very difficult. And depending on who's around, you might just be cooked, honestly. She feels like the most unfair and intimidating specimen just because I feel she does too much. Normal Ringu, she's fine. Like, she's okay. There's like kind of a non-issue, honestly. I don't know. Can I say that? Depending on the room layout, she can't hit you just because she no clips. But unlike Terciac, she doesn't have anything else other than she goes through walls. I might put her in C or B. Because I think Evolved Ringu is a bit overtuned. Terciac is okay, and she's kind of just there. Like, she really doesn't have much to threaten you. And a lot of times, if you don't get super curvy rooms that require you to take your time, you can just bolt down the hallway and she can't do anything. So, yeah, I'd say she's in C. Bab is, I'm noticing I put like most of the distortion characters in B. Bab is fine, I would say. The only time she's annoying is when you get a dark room in Endless. Because if she does that dark distortion effect, you literally cannot see anything, and it's really crazy. But other than that, she's fine. She doesn't run too fast. She does a good chunk of damage, but considering how slow she is, that's okay. Her distortion effect is kind of annoying, but you can see through it. I really don't have that much to say about her. She's just kind of the distortion character. And unlike Food Demon, I don't think hers can hoe you that bad. Aside from, again, her making the entire room so dark you can't see anything, that's really the only scenario she might hit you. Food Demon can just straight kill you. Again, like the door, if you cannot see it or you can't bump into it, you might just be chalked, because there's no way to make it reappear to my knowledge. Bab just distorts the screen, but you can still see the outlines of doors and stuff. So I think she's fine. She might be a little higher than Food Demon for me. Ben, here's my thing with Ben, right? The fact that you can completely disable him is kind of corny to me. And it's only corny because I think he's the easiest turnaround character in the first place. Like, even if you don't knock him down, once you turn away from him, he still at least makes an audio cue so you know when to turn around. Like, if you could disable Lisa or Hanged Man like that, I think it would be fine because they're like more imposing threats. Him, you can counter him easily, and even if you don't, it's not that hard to deal with him. So I think he's a little overly balanced, honestly. Like, it's a little too easy to deal with him. In multi-chase, I guess it's fine because you have to deal with it, like, turning around. Because I'm thinking in multi-chase, if you're against someone who's fast and you won't have time to hit him, how he could be a threat. And I guess he is fun in that scenario, and he's probably more fun than the other turnaround characters, because you at least can react to him. Yeah, I'll put him up here. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. Dear God, I think Dear God is best. Now, if it was old Dear God that couldn't go through walls, I'd probably put him in D. But new Dear God that can, like, no clip, oh yeah. He is without a doubt the scariest killer in the game for me, as he's the only one who consistently makes me jump, and not through dumb shit like an actual jump scare. He does have that though. Like, when he gets through and hits you, when he disorientates the screen, it looks really cool. It throws you off, and I think it's kind of unique. And it usually, I don't see any way it could lead to an instant game over thing. You can counter him by, you know, looking at the area layout and figuring how you want to navigate it while he's chasing you. I think he's cool. I think he's like the spooky specimen. Like, if you played the game and I showed him to you, you would know who he is immediately. I think he deserves to be there. I really don't have much wrong to say with him. He can be annoying at times if he's with certain other people, but, you know, like, he's the Dear God, bro. Wall of Flesh. I don't know. Like, I know they instantly kill you, but they feel like such a non-threat, honestly. Like, I really don't have much to say about them. They make the room really dark, and sometimes I wish I could turn up the brightness when I'm being chased by him, but I think he's fine. Then we got the Taker. The way the Taker's chase works to me is lame as fuck. The way that he shows up and you have to go through that stupid hallway and then he just kind of goes like, whoa, and then you leave. Corny as fuck, honestly. Every time he shows up in Endless, I'm like, oh, here he goes. I'm gonna go through 4 rooms and either he's gonna show up and scare me or I leave and he's accomplished literally nothing. The final boss fight is cool, I guess. Kind of feels like it came out of nowhere, but sure. I want to put him in C, honestly. Considering the way the game hypes him up like he's gonna be this amazing threat and then you literally fucking kill him. I don't know. Anyways, I would say that this is my spooky tier list. Yeah, honestly, like this just feels right to me. If anything, I might move Wall of Flesh down just because I genuinely don't feel threatened by that thing. But yeah, what do you guys think? As always, I'm glad to discuss with you in the comments, and I've been M, and I have to go get my eggs, so I am out.